How's it going, everybody? We're back for another angry video. Not really. It's kind of, I find it humorous, insulting, and aggravating at the same time. So we're just going to try and take a humorous approach to this video today. So, this is the first week where Command Center has sort of taken over for events. And at first glance, I think a lot of their objectives are hit by this. Everybody who does this daily and also can get one Armory 20 orb and earn this and earn this, we should, apparently with the math, get all the way to 290 points. We should clear this milestone. So everyone is going to get a free Silver Sable unlock. That's great. 100 or 250 L4 training modules. That's great. And 6 million gold. That's great. Now there's an alliance event, and this is where the skepticism starts setting in, and this is where we start looking deeper. We're like, oh, wait a minute, that's trash. Red Justice, this is our alliance event, okay? This is the only source outside of raids right now for free-to-play Gear Tier 20 because we have no events giving X coin. Because they want to end the store, and I get it. They want to end the store, the X coin store, because what they're trying to do is get ready for the Intel store that's launching May 5th. Cool, fine, whatever. I'm going to buy this. It'll be my last unique, whatever. That's fine and all. But we are at a gigantic Gear Tier 20 deficit because of this. I'd like to remind everybody that you get 4 Gear Tier 20 pieces per Armory 20 orb. So we're going to be getting 8 Gear Tier 20 pieces this week from events. There's no leaderboard. They always skip, right? So there's 1 week is just going to be a solo event since Professor X. We're going back and using all the Professor X events that have happened since his saga was released, since Gear Tier 20 came to the game. So we have 1 week where there's no leaderboard, but there's been coins in there that we can then convert to Gear Tier 20 pieces. The next week, there's an event that has a leaderboard, and this is always the super beneficial week, okay? Because not only does it have a leaderboard with these Gear Tier 20 pieces, and quite a few of them if you're a very active player, but also there's X coins on these events. Not as much as the weeks where there's no leaderboard, but there still is X coins available. I want to invite you guys to look at the last non-leaderboard event. We just went over this in chat. I thought this was extremely funny. So we were going over Scotty's math, and free-to-play players were very easily achieving the last 20 shards of Daredevil Modern. I know there's 35, but the last 20 drop, which was milestone 14. I got a bunch of free-to-play players in chat that said they stopped here. So we're going to do a little bit of napkin math real quick. Basically, what I want to see is if all the X coins that we earned from this event, how much Gear Tier 20 pieces does that get me compared to what we're getting from the Alliance event, which is our current source of Gear Tier 20. Because once again, if we go into the Command Center, the new non-leaderboard solo events, this is where the rewards are. There's no X coins here. There's no Gear Tier 20 here, right? So they've taken off all this sort of side rewards that you see in these charts. And I guess they kind of slotted a little bit of them into the Alliance event, but not nearly as much. So we're going to do a little bit of napkin math, and I know Scotty is probably cringing at his work right now. He probably heard in the wind, got a little cringe, and he doesn't know it's because I'm about to do some math. But it's pretty simple math, so we'll hopefully be okay. So if we are reaching the Daredevil Modern free-to-play, that means we're getting the first 150,000 X coins. We're getting the next 125,000 X coins. And then we're getting 100,000 X coins here, 100,000 X coins there. That's 200,000 additional X coins. And that's it. That was for the week that did not have a leaderboard. Each Gear Tier 20 piece in the X coin shop costs 12.5 thousand. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide this number by 12,500. And that gives us 38. So in that event, that Daredevil unlock event should kind of mirror the Silver Sable unlock event, right? It's just players become accustomed to a certain sort of inflow, and this week everybody's shocked. Everyone's like, what the hell is going on? Why am I not progressing at all with the newest progression path? Well, last week, or 2 weeks ago, we would have gotten 38 Gear Tier 20 pieces. If we divide this by 4, that's going to give us the equivalent of Armory 20 orbs we would need to open to equal what we got, which is 9.5 orbs. It gets a little funnier than this even still. So if we go back in game real quick and we go over to the Alliance event, which is the only place where we're going to get the Gear Tier 20 orbs right now, and we go into that event, free to play can only get 2 orbs. You literally have to spend to get the rest of this. So by that logic, we pull our napkin math up again. We are essentially being shorted. It's kind of weird because they can do whatever they want with their economy, but this is what players get used to. I'm trying to explain why people are feeling really bad about this week's events right now. We're getting 2 orbs. So people feel like they're missing out on 7.5 Armory 20 orbs. If we were times that by 4, that brings us back to the Gear Tier 20. So we're kind of missing out on 30 Gear Tier 20 pieces. But wait, there's more. The spenders also got fucked by this, right? Because if we look in game, the spenders would have gotten another 8,000 Armory 20, which if we do the math on that, that's 4 orbs times 4 is 16. So even spenders got ripped off this week. If they spend, they're still getting less Armory 20 than they would have got 2 weeks ago from the free-to-play side of the event, not including, I assume that a spender like myself, I got the additional 100,000 on the other side of the last year Devil Modern Shards. I also got the additional 250,000. So I got an additional 400,000 total. You divide that up, it's like you're missing out on nearly 30 Gear Tier 20, no matter which side you're on. If you're on the spender side, if you're on the free-to-play side, you're missing half a Gear Tier 20 piece. And that feels really, really bad. And this is our first introduction to the Command Center. Not a good start, Scopely. This is not a really good start to the Command Center, because although I'll agree that the purpose of the Command Center is being fulfilled here, it is really simple for me to see I'm getting these rewards. I'll get these during the week if I do these things, and I know I won't hit that because I don't have 5-star characters. Definitely not 5-star Hitmonkey, right? And so I know I'm going to be getting all this. That's fine. Also, I found this event kind of interesting because these inputs are not even needed to hit 290, apparently. All it does is if you get up to 7-star Hitmonkey, you get 1 Daredevil Diamond Orb Fragment. But if you have 5 or 6-star Hitmonkey, you're not getting rewarded at all, apparently. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are we actually getting to 290 free to play? Because that's insane. So 5-star, 6-star Hitmonkey means shit. It's 7-star Hitmonkey or no extra orb. So the first event, it's simpler to look at, but there's a lot of like sketchy stuff that we are not getting. We used to get for an event like this. And then there's that sketchy, like you need 7-star Hitmonkey to benefit from it all. So the first solo event for Command Center, in my opinion, is a huge failure. I'll give them the smallest amount of grace. This is probably a giant oversight because everybody's full attention is this store is ending and the Intel store is coming. And because nobody at Scopely is trying to race Professor X, they probably don't see the 1 week of lost Gear Tier 20 as that big a deal. But me, and probably all of you, are looking at the timer on this event right here and going, what the frickin' hell, dude? I'm just trying to get through City so I can at least get Professor X at 3 red stars. Or maybe if I'm ready for City Villain, I can maybe get it to 4. But because they're not giving us even the bare minimum we used to get for what was the slower week of events, everyone's kind of panicking. And I 100% get it. This week's events are utter trash garbage. They should have just had more Gear Tier 20 orb fragments put in through this event, right? I mean, I looked at this and I figured out what we were losing within like 30 seconds. So the fact that nobody just was like, okay, let's make sure the Gear Tier 20 economy is still humming the way it has been since we did this is bad. The skeptical side is you could look at this and be like, okay, no, they did this on purpose so that they sell more Mystic offers and more skill offers for Gear Tier 20 so that people actually get through this, right? So they can actually get red stars. Because unlike Odin, and I mean, I can't even go look at the nodes, my understanding is there's no guaranteed 4 red star Professor X showing on the last Saga node. So, if you don't get red stars now, you may never get them. And everyone might be stuck with a 2-star if you're free to play, 2 red star. That seems like trash to me. Anyway, I'd be super curious to know how you guys feel about this. How do you feel about these events? Also, I would also like to add that there is no gold here. We are getting 6 million gold from the solo event, which is cool. But again, if I go back to that Daredevil chart, let me go ahead and find it. I'm sure we're getting gold there too. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting 3 million gold here. We were getting 750 gold here, 500,000 gold here. So we were still getting gold. And they took gold out of the Strike Pass, right? But they kind of put it back into this Alliance event, the Crimson Storm, where I was really happy with this. Although this was not free-to-play achievable, which was trash, we did get a lot of gold orbs here. And that made up for, and we got it for free, them taking gold out of the Strike Pass. So, I don't know what's going on over there at the Event Designer, Live Ops, whatever they're doing over there. I don't know if everybody is all hands on deck getting ready for the launch of Ages and the launch of the new Intel store and everything like that. But Scopely, if one of you is watching, there's a lot of stuff people are a little upset about now. You know what'd be really cool? Maybe just send yeah, Ages are starting care package, and maybe just send everybody 8 Armory 20 orbs so that we all feel kind of fulfilled with what we used to get. I'm just saying, I don't think that breaks the economy. Maybe earn back a little bit of goodwill. Just an idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Bye, everybody. This is too funny that this is an oversight, right? Is it oversight or malicious? You guys figure it out. Oversight or malicious? Are they really, really stupid? Or are they really, really evil? Or is it somewhere in the middle? All right, guys. Bye for now. Oh, my.